Okay guys, Hood Tour Season 5, Episode 46. Back out again today, really nice out. Oh, that's so fucking funny. So, the city must have had bulk trash pickup day and must have landed today. This is whole. And the neighbors here threw out some speakers, you know, like home entertainment style speakers. You know, they're the tall tower ones, you know, like the really the old school tall wood ones or whatever, you know. But back in the 80s and all that, they used to be, you know, I don't know, 4.5 feet tall, if I have to guess. These are the mini versions. And when we upgraded to, you know, the garbage cans like what you see at the road right now, that's not legal. You know, so when we upgraded to the green and yellow, which is our garbage, and then the blue is our recycling. You know, so when we upgraded to those cans, they kind of went away from a lot of the older style, like garbage trucks. I gotta loop around the block. I don't remember if I shut the door. I gotta be careful too, because I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now that the pockets didn't get sewn, like, or had the Velcro sewn in them, or in the pockets, because it's a lot of my sweatshirts, you know, like my pullovers, I had Nana, my mom's mom, sew Velcro in the pockets. She's like, well, why do you want to do that? And I told her because I got batteries that are, you know, almost $40 a piece, you know, that I use for GoPros, because I'm using the Hero 10 right now. You know, yesterday was the Hero 9. You know, and the battery, and I told her the batteries for the cameras are $40 a piece. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I don't want to lose them. She's like, okay, I can do it. Because I brought it up to her, you know, before I, you know, gave her all my sweatshirts. I said, I can give you one to do as a tester to see if I'm gonna like the idea or not. She's like, okay. You know, because I got, you know, like 6 or 8 pullover hoodies, and most of them are my Carhartt hoodies. So then I said, I'm going to give you one as a tester, you know, so that you can figure out on how to do it, so that you can figure out how to do it, and then if I like it or not, which is a good idea. There's just like 2 or 3 sweatshirts that I missed with that idea, you know, both my Rowers sweatshirts, the one I'm wearing Okay, garage is shut. That's so fucking funny. So, yeah. So before back to the garbage truck thing. So back when we went to these bins, woodpecker. Oh no, they looks like they cleaned it. So back when we went to these garbage cans, they retired most, if not almost all of the old garbage trucks, you know, the ones that they used to use to pick up our garbage. You know, because they got, you know, they'll crush the garbage so that they can, you know, continue to put more in or whatever. And all that, so like the garbage truck that just turned, that's one of the ones that they're using now. So then they just use, you know, they'll use, you know, they'll probably have like 3 and have like 2 crews go out. 4, you know, they'll have like 3 or 4, and they'll have like 4 crews on each side of town go out. So it'll be like 8 in total. So then they have, you know, 2 as backups or whatever it may be. I really don't know. I'm just guessing here. For bulk trash pickup. I got a soda already because I went to the gas station last night to get ice cream. So you know, they have, so like I said, they must have had a bulk trash pickup day that landed today. I'm gonna fuck them over. I'm gonna keep going. Teacher right on people's asses. So they, like I said, they must have had a trash pickup day that landed today. And they had one of our old garbage trucks out, and they got those speakers sitting at the road next, in the duplex next to me, you know, the ones that we call the cops on. And free tools. And they saw us getting ready to leave, you know, getting ready to grab the bike, you know, because I had to look for, you know, what episode I was going to be filming today, you know, which is season 5, episode 46. And good. And they pulled up. I'm like, what the fuck's going, you know, I looked because I normally keep an eye on everything to just make sure everything's copacetic in the neighborhood. You know, the duplex I don't give a fuck about anymore, so, and the one across from me I never gave a fuck about, because they always got fucking idiots that lived in that one. You know, now that Xavier's mom is out, you know, I don't give a shit. You know, she was kind of ghetto anyway, so. You know, she had kids that were, you know, book smart. You know, yeah, they're smart, but they're fucking brain dead stupid when it came to not being in school. You know, with your street smarts, they're stupid. You know, it's like one of the past, like, 2 winters or 3 winters, something like that, when they're, you know, before they moved, Xavier had come over and he was like, hey, can I use your little snowboarder? I was like, why? And he said, your weak ass can't shovel the snow. It's like, no, it's too fucking heavy. And I was like, dude, I would, but it's running like shit and I don't need you getting hurt. He's like, come on. I was like, dude, it's running like shit and it's fucking broke. And I figured out how to use it while it's broke. So it's either you can go fuck off or I'll call your mom over here and have her beat you. You know, that's how I was to him. You know, I was an ass, so, which I don't care, so. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get a vlog done. I'll see you guys in a bit.